You're watching the Carlyle's Picks Technology channel, and today we're talking about electric bicycles. What are they all about? So I'm going to explain to you in detail what an electric bicycle is, how it works, go over the basic components, and we'll actually go for a ride, and I'll explain to you what it feels like. I'll try my best to kind of put you on the bicycle with me to experience with me exactly how it feels. This is going to be, well, my attempt is going to be to make this the closest thing for you to do an actual test ride. If you're in the New York area, definitely go to Nicey Wheels, and they have a lot of bikes there you can test ride. In the California area or Los Angeles, you can go to Hollywood. I'll give you the link in the description to where they're located. But right now, we're looking at the Spicy Curry. I'm actually doing Spicy Adventures NYC. I'm going to be doing a lot of exciting adventures on this bike, taking it from New York City to Stamford, Connecticut, to Long Island, to Far Island. We're going to push the limits of this bike. It's supposed to go 20 to 45 miles or 40 miles, and I want to push it to 60, 70 as far as I can, and I'll demonstrate to you how you can actually do that. How do you exceed the range of what the bike is actually rated at or capable of? Stay tuned to find out. Definitely subscribe for a lot more information about that. But in this particular episode, let's go over the electric bicycle experience. What's it all about, and what does it feel like to ride an electric bicycle? So this again is a Spicy Curry, which is an electric cargo bike. Right now, I have removed a lot of the accessories. There were actually boards here for a passenger to sit. There's also a child seat I removed, and well, basically you can have it configured to carry heavy loads, maybe like a surfboard or something like that. You can carry a kid back here, an adult can sit here, or another child, and lots of really cool things. I have a full review on this channel, so you can take a look at that. But forget about this particular type of bike. We're just talking about electric bikes in general. So as far as an electric bicycle, what you have essentially is a bicycle, right? Start with a bicycle, two-wheeled, I don't want to call it vehicle that you're supposed to pedal, right? So 2 wheels, pedal, and you have gears. Pretty much the same thing as you guys are used to. So you see right here, you have, there's the pedals in the front, and there's your standard chain, and then here's your gears in the back. I'm sure all of this is very, very familiar to you guys. This is the Shimano Altus setup on this one. But again, as you can see, everything's pretty standard. Now, on this particular bike, the wheel in the back is a 20-inch, the front wheel is a 26-inch. That has to do with the fact that this is a cargo bike for stability. So that's a little side note for you guys. But as far as electric bicycles, so again, you start with a standard bike. You have pedals, gears, 2 wheels. Normally the wheels are the same size. Now, one of the first things you're going to notice that's different is the brakes are usually better, because they're, in general, however fast you would normally go, this could potentially make you go faster, because obviously it's helping you. So with the speed, you need more braking. So usually you have disc brakes on electric bicycles. You can get a regular bicycle with disc brakes as well, but again, a lot of the really good, well, that's going to be pretty much a standard thing. I would expect disc brakes on most electric bicycles. Not all of them, but pretty much most of them are going to have that. Now, the next thing is you need a motor. Now, this particular bike, again, is a cargo bike, so consider this to be like a truck for a bicycle designed for carrying heavy loads, hence the really thick and durable frame here, and hence the location of the motor being here as opposed to back here. Normally, the motor is in the back. They normally have what's called a hub motor, which is located right inside here. So, do you see the disc right here? And do you see also this plastic piece here that's on the other side of the spokes? Now imagine if instead of all of inside of here being hollow, imagine if this was actually like a disc. So we had like, imagine this was a disc that was the same diameter as this plastic piece here. So all back here, you have this disc. Again, so take the same plastic thing and imagine it goes from this side to this side, right? So you can't see all in here. All in here is going to be on the inside of it, right? So inside of here would be the motor. That's how most electric bicycles are going to be. Now, because this is a cargo bike designed for hill climbing and carrying loads, they have a mid-drive engine, which is actually a motor, which actually has a lot of torque, and that's the reason why it's here. But typically, it's going to be a hub drive, not a mid-drive. But regardless, you're going to have a motor somewhere that's going to assist you in some manner. Now, obviously, you need power to power the motor, so you're going to have a battery. Here, it's a 350-watt system. This is a 48-volt lithium-ion battery, which is removable. That's another thing that's going to be standard, where you can actually remove the battery to charge it. So you go to work, you can just plug it in by your desk or something. This one here is rated 4 to 6 hours charging time. The charger looks just, actually I have the charger here. It looks like an oversized laptop charger. So there you have it, a standard plug. And then here you have this kind of an oversized brick compared to what you normally have on a laptop. I'll give you a little bit of a profile view so you can see what that looks like. And then here's the connector. So the connector looks a little proprietary there, but everything else pretty standard. Plug it right into your wall. And this is where you're gonna plug it in right here. Protect it from dust and water with that cap. Plug it right in there. And that's how you're gonna charge it up. And before you start the bike, if it's been resting for a long time, it goes to sleep, you're gonna need to push this button, and that's gonna activate the battery. It's also gonna indicate your charge. So we're starting out here, so we have full charge there. Now, this particular bike is rated at, they say you can pedal up to 20 miles per hour. It'll do 20 easily. That's the natural speed for it. If you really wanna go faster, you can. But naturally, if you use this motor, you crank it up to mode 4, that's gonna be kind of its target speed. I'm not gonna say it's necessarily targeting 20, but that's what you're gonna feel natural going. Again, 46-hour charge time. That's gonna vary depending on the bike you have, the capacity of batteries. Batteries come in all kinds of capacities. In Europe, they're usually lower capacity because of regulations. In America, I mean, this is a 350 watt system. You have 500 watts, that's a good number. A lot of systems have that. And again, that's a pretty good number. 500 watt system that's some good power right there. 1,000 watt, now you're getting into some real high performance. There's even 2,000 and 3,000 watts, but those are kind of not the norm. Now you're getting a little bit more, I don't want to say exotic car for a bicycle, but you're getting a little bit exotic there with a 3,000 watt system. All right, so there you have it. So you have your motor, you have your battery, you have your standard frame, aluminum frame, like on a regular bicycle. You have your gears, and then you're gonna have some kind of computer as well. Here, this bike is actually called a Spicy Curry because it's made in collaboration between Yuba and Curry Technologies. Curry Technologies is actually spelled a little differently. You can see here C-U-R-R-I-E. So that they're providing the electric system. You're typically going to have companies that are going to do things like this where they're going to electrify a normal bike, or you're going to have companies that sell electric kits where you can convert any bike into an electric bike. So that's also another convenient thing. So you can just go to Walmart, pick up a nice bicycle, and then you can electrify it, which is a pretty cool thing. Now, you're also going to have a computer on a lot of these bikes. Now, what the computer is going to show you is going to depend on which model you get. Now, I think it should be still on. We already turned it on. So you have controls over here. Never mind this. This is my camera mount for my Drift Ghost S camera, which is the camera we're using to shoot right now. So you have the controls here on the left-hand side. You got a power button. If I tap that, you have 8-second countdown until power is ready. So it's not really something that's gonna scare you. Like all of a sudden it's like, whoa, and it starts pushing forward. But it is, I mean, especially in mode 4, it is a big difference between a lot of drag and all of a sudden there's no drag. So just to kind of give you a little bit of a warning, they have the little countdown. It's not all of a sudden you get on the bike and it's like boom, boom, boom. You get a chance to get on the bike and actually start riding normally and actually get some speed going, and then it'll activate. That is how this system is designed. Not saying all bikes are like that. All bikes are certainly not like that. This is how the Spicy Curry bike operates. But bottom line is you're gonna usually have some kind of computer. More expensive bikes are gonna have more advanced computers that are gonna be more gonna give you more detailed information than something on a lower end. So here, for example, we have speed. So you can tell you what mode we're in. We're in the speed screen. Speed is here, indicated here. How much charge we have is here. And what power mode we are is listed here. The next screen, which we can change by clicking on this button here, gives an odometer, how much the total miles covered. Click it again, and now we get distance. So that's how much distance has been traveled. All right, and then we have range. This is how much distance I can cover with the current charge in the current mode. So if I go down to mode 1, I was doing a little riding this morning, so this is not full charge. But mode 1, I can do 22 miles. Mode 2, 19 miles. Mode 3, 17 miles. And mode 4, 11 miles. As you can see, the range decreases with how much power you're using. Now you're probably wondering how the power modes work. what do the power modes do exactly? How does it feel to actually use mode 1 versus mode 4? Well, I'm going to explain that to you right now. This is part 1 of this series. In part 2, we're actually going to go for a ride, and I'm going to try to explain to you in as vivid details as I possibly can exactly what it feels like to ride an electric bike. I'm going to go through the various modes and things like that. Now, one thing I will note is that, for you guys, is that this bike does not have regenerative modes where you can actually charge the battery. Now, a lot of bikes will have that. So with a regenerative mode or abilities, you actually have what I call negative modes. So you have 5 power modes. In this case, you have 4 power modes. Those are the levels of assistance you're going to get with this particular bike. And you can have negative modes where you can go -1, -2, -3. Basically, the higher the negative number, the harder it's going to be to pedal. Basically, you're charging the battery. So instead of the bike helping you, you're doing all the work, and you're also turning this kind of an alternator that's charging the battery. So there's resistance associated there. I would presume the more deeper into those modes you get, the more charge you're generating, but also a lot of effort. So people who think electric bikes are about being lazy, you can actually get a better workout with an electric bike with something like that, because I don't think I'm even capable of mode 3 or 4. I mean, you're talking about some serious grades of hills if you're in those modes. So if you want to get a really good workout on a bicycle, you don't have any hills nearby, an electric bike could be the way to go. You could be on completely flat terrain and getting a really good workout. Now, normally you could do that with an electric bicycle at home, but compare being in the house on that electric bicycle, on a regular workout bicycle or exercise bicycle, to actually getting outside, getting some fresh air. Now, me personally, I don't like those exercise bikes because I don't like being inside. It's boring. Even watching the TV, I don't know. I want to be out. I want to go somewhere. So another hidden advantage that a lot of people may not have considered if they haven't ridden one before, that you get with an electric bicycle. Anyway, I'm going to end this episode. Episode 2, we'll go for a ride, and I'll give you the full experience. What does it feel like riding an electric bicycle? We'll go through the various modes, and I'll go on a hill in different scenarios, and we'll talk about conservation techniques and all that good stuff. So definitely subscribe right here on the Carlyle's Picks Technology channel for more information about electric bicycles.